The contest for the vice presidential election is scheduled for September 9. This is a direct contest this year between NDA candidate C.P. Radhakrishnan and the joint opposition candidate B Sudarshan Reddy. Today I'm joined by Mr. Reddy, an eminent jurist, a former Supreme Court judge, a former Chief Justice of the Guwahati High Court, and a very eminent lawyer in the early days of his career. He's authored some landmark judgments which have been in the news lately. We'll speak to him about his campaign for the vice presidential election. I am Aditi Tandon, and you are listening to Mr. Reddy in Delhi. Thanks for joining us. Mr. Reddy, how is your campaign going? You have just returned from Tamil Nadu, met M.K. Stalin.
It's very, very encouraging, ma'am. Wherever I am going, I am received well. And they have been extending active cooperation with all the courtesies due to a candidate seeking high constitutional office of vice president.
That's so. So when were you first approached for this very important candidature?
Maybe a couple of days or a day before Shri Khargeji announced my candidature.
Okay. You have said in the beginning of your conversations with the press that it was the Congress who proposed your name.
Absolutely right.
And it just
Congress party did not propose. Congress party approached me.
Okay.
And my response was that it would be good if the opposition sponsors my candidature instead of one political party. And they said that is going to happen.
So it was quite unprecedented that just in a day there was major consensus on your name. Why do you think that happened?
Because I am a non-political person. I do not belong to any political party. That's the reason.
Okay.
And my credentials are very well known.
Yes, sir. So now that you have been campaigning for a couple of days, what would you assess as the top challenge as of today for you? Because you're a non-political person, ranged against a political person.
No doubt he is a political person. I do not belong to any political party, that's all. But to say somebody is not political may not be appropriate and correct. Once you exercise your franchise and choose a political party and an individual, you are expressing your opinion. I too have my own opinions about on politics and democracy and constitution, idea of republicanism. Therefore, it is not I am non-political, I am non-party person.
Yes. So you don't see that as a challenge?
What is the challenge? Challenge is the contest. It is a challenge for me and a challenge my good friend Sri Radhakrishnan ji also.
I'll put it in another way, because the Electoral College is basically of MPs who owe their allegiance to a political party. So that's the issue that I'm coming at. Why would they vote for you? Because you do not come from a political party. You're a non-partisan person, ideologically inclined person.
See, that is exactly the reason. Please tell me why the constitution makers thought it fit that the election should be by a secret ballot. Not by issuing any whip or commanding their members to do or to vote or not to vote for a person. Because they wanted it to be a high constitution always. That's precisely the reason why I am appealing to all the honorable members of the parliament to consider my candidature on its own merits.
So in a way, it's a call for a conscious vote.
Ma'am, it's choice of words is yours, whatever you want to use.
Okay. You have said in your earlier interviews, sir, that there is a democratic deficit in the country. Could you define it for us?
Yeah, institutions are coming under cloud. I don't say that institutions have collapsed in this country. It will be perhaps an exaggerated statement. But they are under challenge.
Okay. And how do you think, in the position of the vice president, you could aid, the recovery of the democratic deficit towards the right path?
Just by doing one thing, that try to run the house impartially, treating all the members before you, irrespective of the political parties, equally, and try to build consensus on major issues. Persuade the people. That's all. That is the best way to serve this nation.
Yes. Sir, it's a very interesting point you made. And today, as we speak, only last week the monsoon session has wound up. And on the last 2 days of the session, we saw unprecedented, chaotic scenes in the House, absolute pandemonium. Does that pain you? How do you see that as a candidate who's actually going to run that House or who seeks to run that House?
Ma'am, it won't pain you. Did you not express the pain? Who is that citizen who is very happy to witness what is going on in Parliament? Instead of discussions, pandemonium, chaos, near anarchy. And there is no point in blaming a political party or a political officer or an authority. You said the situation has become very complex. And we really require a person sitting there make himself acceptable to the members, assuring the members that here is a person who is a fair-minded one. And I think I'll be able to introduce myself to all the members as a fair-minded person.
Right, sir. So, just one question. What would you attribute this complete, or let us say, growing divide and distrust between the opposition and the government, so much so that the opposition parties even bunked the customary tea that Lok Sabha Speaker had arranged at the end of the monsoon?
Because we are getting increasingly polarized on many issues. Whatever that happens outside would be reflected in the House. And this is the only instrument that binds us together, and which the parliamentarians also sometimes forget about it. One must promote unity, not disunity.
So, sir, what's this one suggestion you would have for all MPs to cement this, divide? What's this one suggestion you would give?
Be fair to yourself and be fair to others. Don't fall into this trap of majority and minority. Why it is called His Majesty's opposition? Opposition and the ruling party, whoever it is, are the same side of the two coins. One doesn't exist with the other.
So, Union Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah has again this morning, sorry to bring it up, but because it came up again this morning in his interview to ANI, where he's again doubling down on the issue of Salwa Judum, saying that judgment of the Supreme Court, which you authored with Justice Major, weakened the fight against Naxalism.
Ma'am, they are speaking after 14 years of the judgment. And it is eloquent enough. And I have said whatever that is required to be said. Every day I can't join an issue with the mighty Home Minister of India. I have said whatever that is required to be said, and I wish not to say anything.
But you also authored another very important judgment on the retrieval of black money, which another BJP leader incidentally kind of valued and in fact made
Not another BJP leader, one of the stalwart and the topmost BJP leader.
The black money
He
judgment.
was, yes. He was holding the judgment in his hands and on the campaign trail. It's a matter of choice.
So, your parting message to the citizens and the MPs who comprise the Electoral College?
What is the parting message I can give, ma'am? I would be only repeating. Be fair to yourself and fair to others. Try to build the consensus.
Just one last question, sir, before I leave you. Is there any ideal vice president that you would like to tell us? You must have
Oh,
studied.
there were many. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan, a philosopher, statesman and education. Dr. Zakir Hussain, Dr. K.R. Narayanan, Mr. Krishnakant. Each one of them were distinguished and they were non-political persons.
Just like you, they were all non-political.
Yeah.
Muhammad Hidayatullah.
Hidayatullah, former chief justice.
So this South versus South debate, do you think there's
Oh,
a
kuch
debate in
nahi.
it?
Ma'am, that's nothing.
That's nothing.
Some sort of a,
Is that something
it's
politicians
good for
want us to believe?
hearts. It's good for chit chat. India is one. North, South, kya hoti hai?
Thank you so much for
Thank you,
joining
ma'am.
us.
Thank you so much.